such a beautiful day to be out, clear sky. Like I always say, enjoy nature. Nature helps to break down the ego. I'm going to continue talking about twin flames today because I really feel that this is the ultimate way in the Aquarius age right now that the egos are being broken down. And as those two egos that come together and they find each other because they're half of each other, yet a whole in their completeness, okay? They get together and service humanity and help humanity to wake up through beautiful service and creations that lead to peace and love and joy and health. So with that said, I want to talk about the anguish that you experience when your twin flame doesn't recognize you. A lot of time one twin flame has had an awakening or a shift and they find their twin flame because now that one twin flame's frequencies have evolved. And so it is that as your frequencies evolve and you have more awareness and you've done a lot of work on clearing all the trash out that you have within you by meditation, by breathing, by being out in nature, by doing the breath of fire, by doing inner child work, by doing affirmations. There's just such a long list of tools. One of the best ones that I feel that helps you to be in that space of breaking the ego, but also being in wholeness so that you don't suffer when your twin flame doesn't recognize you or leaves you in order to clear, is to hug yourself and be in that space of feeling an experience where you were really, truly loved. And take that love from that experience and feel it inside. And feel the completeness of feeling that love inside. And just say, I love me. Because those experiences that we feel ecstasy when we're in love with someone, the ego is still there, looking for things and expecting things. But an unconditional love, without the expectation, which is a higher love, which is a divine love. And when you feel that connection of that intense love, that ecstasy, what that is the reflection of you with God's light. That is the love that God has for you. Even people that don't believe that there is anything more to life and there is no creator or source, that love is unconditional. It continues to love. It continues to keep them alive with the life force, the light, which is all love. So one of the biggest things you could do in order to really ultimately unite with your twin flame, whether it's in this lifetime or the next. It may not happen in that lifetime if your twin flame is not awake. And if there's a wonderful movie that you could look at by Wayne Dyer, it's called The Shift. And in it, and I didn't bring the characteristics, I wish I would have, but in it, the research that he quotes on there shows the difference of when a male has had a shift or a female has had a shift. And those shifts really, when you look at the qualities of a person that's had a shift, it's all characteristics of being in awareness but connected to God's light, being of service. So do your tools. You have to get in that space of being whole first, of falling, I've said this in the past, of falling in love with you. There's another terrific book called Heavenly Relationships by Bruce, I think the last name is Lipton. He also wrote The Biology of Life, I think of life, the biology of life. And, no, I'm sorry, let me correct that. I think it's the biology of belief. Either way, look it up, you'll find it. And then that particular one, I usually don't read because I get everything from my inner self. But in this particular one, he talks about your subconscious mind, which is really your ego. Because from the time you're in your mom's belly to the time 7 and 8 years old, you're in that theta level where it's almost like hypnosis. So it's like having a computer and just downloading things without understanding what's going on. So you have all those imprints that we've talked about, and you get together with someone else, and now you got, he claims, 4 bodies, which I agree with that. You got 2 egos working together and 2 divine loves also working together, 2 consciousness and 2 subconscious. So now you got 4 people involved in that relationship. And he quotes on there that 95% of the time you're working from the subconscious mind and not consciousness. So with that, another way to stay with your twin flame in order to service humanity is throughout the day constantly watch your breathing. Watch your feeling. If you're having feelings of anguish and sadness because they've left or because they need to clear, so they, at some point you will separate, most likely, unless both of you are in awareness. If you both have shifted and you've cleared enough, which we continue to clear down to the core, and you've cleared enough, then that relationship could stay together. If not, some coin it the running and chaser, okay? The reason I'm standing here today, how important is it meditation? I'm in this little field of flowers here. I don't know if you can see the red ones here, but take my word for it, they're red. And I'm in this little field of flowers because I was meditating, really deep into my meditation, and John Lennon came through. A song called Strawberry Fields Strawberry Fields Forever. And I'm sure a lot of you have heard that song, Strawberry Fields Forever. And basically what he said, he gave me the song, and the song kept on playing in my mind because a lot of times I channel a lot of songs, and if you have any songs that come in at any given moment, understand there's a meaning for you behind it. And within that, he let me know that him and Ono were basically twin flames, which I never knew. This is something all new because I've been putting things up about the twin flames. And basically told me the labor of love. They endured, they were separated, and they came back together. And what did they do? Service for mankind. And even though he doesn't have a body here and he's in the other dimension, guess what? She's still keeping that mission going of peace in the world. And then I dug a little bit closer and found out that Strawberry Fields Forever was a place that he used to go to because he lost both of his parents, his mom and dad, and he would go visit his aunt. And there was this place where there were orphans, children that are not feeling that love, which they have within them, but they haven't been taught that. But understand that he would go visit there and help them. And so he was servicing little ones, helping them to get back into that peace. How beautiful is that? And then I researched a little bit further and found out that there's a Strawberry Fields Forever in Central Park with a beautiful mosaic display that says peace. When you have eliminated all of egos, anguish, injustice, betrayal, anger, fear, they all stem from fear. When you start breaking all those walls down, and believe me, the ego has a hard shell, then what happens? You arrive at peace. And then I looked up strawberries. Strawberries are very, very good for you. Antioxidant, they have a whole mess of different benefits for your body, higher in vitamin C, because we also have to remember that space of eating the right foods as well, so that we could feel the light within us, teaching us and guiding us. And then there's that saying, smell the roses. Take time to smell the roses. But I'm here to tell you, roses have thorns. So even though they smell sweet, they have thorns. And we're the same. Even though we could be such a sweet person to people and compassionate, yet inside we may have thorns that we need to get rid of. And one by one they get plucked out. But do you know how they get plucked out? You go back into meditation and ask to be one with the light. Accept and surrender to every pain in your body. Feel it. And come back home to that beautiful light that lets you know you're whole and complete on your own. And only then could you have that beautiful relationship with your twin flame to become two wholes, but just together build a beautiful heart and have that strawberry fields forever and peace and service to humanity. I love you all. Make sure you say, I love you. And that one particular book, he said one of the things when they did muscle testing, it was like 85% of people do not love themselves. How sad is that? It's just like we laugh like maybe 4 times a day compared to children that laugh like 200 and something times a day, or more than that. I forgot the statistics on that. Take time not to take life so seriously. Take time to smile. Take time to breathe. Even within that pain and anguish, make sure you're breathing. Because I'm breathing deep into your abdomen area, you're bringing in the light. And the light is taking care of the pain within you to release it and clear you. So that the new cells that come in, because we're constantly discarding old cells and new cells are being put in. We have 50 trillion cells. Each one has an individual soul. Each one has imprints. So imagine how much clearing we have to do. But don't give up hope. As you clear and your vibrations go up, you are able to stay with your twin flames and clear together. And as you discard those old, trashy, negative cells, guess what happens? There's more light in your body, more frequency, so when the new ones come in, you're love. You get more and more love because the new ones are going to feel that new vibration and become that vibration of love. So you become one huge heart. And then you shine to the world what can be. Shine to the world what you could create. Shine to the world that we could be peace and love and joy. That's a perfect metaphor for the peace sign that has the 3 in it. Love, peace, and joy. Can't get better than that. And with that comes a healthy body. Because I've seen people that eat all the wrong things and they could live to be 120. Why? Because they were happy. So with that said and done, be your own twin flame for today. Love yourself. Make sure you're not resisting any sadness within you. That you go in, feel it, clear it out, see where it's stemming from. Remember those early years, probably from something in those early years that is so programmed that you're working from that space. I know myself, I'll give you an example. I was always in fear of someone leaving me. In fact, so much so that if I'm shopping somewhere with someone and they go to another aisle and I misplace them, I have a little mini panic attack. But it stemmed from my childhood. There were different instances. One of them being when I had my tonsils taken out and I was screaming. At that time, they didn't allow parents to stay with their children. And I was screaming for my parents that I was being left alone. So that was programmed into me. So what do I do in any type of relationship in my life? I fear being left alone. And then I bring people in that leave me alone so that I could see where that aloneness is coming out and so that I could clear it and come back home to the beautiful light that we are. So I extend my heartfelt light to all of you. wishing you a beautiful Awareness Day, a joyful day, a peaceful day, a being day. Remember, we share that love and light. So it is, so be it. Sat Nam.